discovered this land, and then he brought this idea of a new world to other Europeans, and they learned about it and they came here. And when they came here, they destroyed the indigenous people. They killed the indigenous people, most of them in huge numbers. And now there was nobody to work. That's how they went to Africa, and they got people, they enslaved the Africans, and they brought Africans here. So that is the contribution of Christopher Columbus in the enslavement of the African people who came here and generated the world's leading, technology economies. They built this part of the world. So that is just a snapshot of the contributions of Christopher Columbus in the transatlantic slave trade and the enslavement of the African people.
We are African too.
Oh, yeah, that's so lovely to hear you say, because a lot of people think being African is a tragedy.
It's because here, when Christopher Columbus came here, make the sugar plant, but we haven't who make a sugar. So take the African people here.
Okay.
For that, the Haiti people are different colors and different culture and different.
Yeah, that.
Have different things.
Yeah, but Haitians look kind of like straight Africans, but you guys in the Dominican Republic come off like Indian, African, white. This Dominican.
Yeah, it's because the partners are white and black.
Okay.
For example, my mom is white.
Your mom is white?
Yeah. And my sister is white, and my brother is white, and I have other sister who is black too.
You have
Indian.
another sister who is Indian?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, is there anybody in your family that is more lighter than you are?
No.
Okay, let me show your hand.
Lighter? What is
Yeah.
lighter?
Like-
What is lighter?
Okay, put your so you see my hand is darker than yours. Yours is lighter than mine. So is there someone in your family that
My father.
is more light?
Yeah.
Okay.
One way or another, I am part of Africa.
I've walked down the streets and I've been asking Dominicans what they know about Africa. Most of them, they're shy, they're camera shy, they don't want to be on camera. But they tell me, Africa is home, we came from Africa. But still, I've met some Dominicans who know nothing about Africa.
So let me tell
Like
you,
they know nothing
many
about their history.
Dominicans doesn't speak fluent English, and that's why maybe they don't tell you the reality. But when you go into those places there, if you want to see drums like they do in Africa, go to the place that needs you. You go to Villa Mella, San Pedro de Macorí, La Romana, all those black skin, brother. Just a
Those
thing.
Dominican,
Yeah, Dominica.
not Haitian.
No, Haitian Dominican, born here, mixed with Africa. He says, I'm African.
I'm Africa too, I'm black too, I'm Africa too. I'm not American, I'm Africa.
You Dominican, right?
Yeah, but I'm black.
Yeah, and you black.
Yeah,
And you saying you're African.
right. It's my people too.
Here, when the African people coming, if the black people see here, where you from Africa? Oh my God, my parents, because it's the only continent have black people in the world.
at the same time. The African were all the function at the same time, right? So why not? We got African done.
When you hear about Africa, what comes to mind?
Okay,
You know, I will tell you this. When I saw I'm really glad I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Which country in Africa would you like to go?
I don't know what, but everything. Anything.
Every country?
Every country.
You're so proud of your African ancestry.
Yeah,
Would you like to go to Africa?
yeah. I like to go to Kenya. I like to go. I like to go Uganda too.
You know Uganda?
Uganda. I got a friend from Uganda.
You got a friend from Uganda?
Yeah. They have a couple months before. They have a 3 ladies from Africa, from Uganda. They selling clothes. They selling souvenirs from Africa.
Okay.
Clothes, shorts. Yeah, and the people. They got people. He make a show in the colonial song. They put it in the hay, and they put music all everywhere around in the colonial song. Yeah, strong.
colonial song,
People
man.
from Uganda strong.
So do you feel like you belong to Africa?
Yeah, man. I have a listing in my airport, see sometime or Sunday to Africa, or enjoying Africa, because I like it the official sit in Africa. I watching for my TV every time, because I say it's my family. If when coming here, I see the group, you say, "Oh, viva Africa! Live Africa!"
Yeah, yeah. Man, you can't believe this is Dominican Republic, and this brother, he's
Yes,
Dominican.
thank you.
He's Dominican, and he's so proud of his African ancestry.
Yes, I do.
Voodoo is originating from Benin. You know Voodoo? Yeah, I know about Voodoo. I know about Voodoo, and it originates in Benin. So a lot of back in the days, it used to be called the Dahomey Kingdom. So that's where Haitian people came from. Yeah. So that should be your #1 country on your bucket list. Benin. Yeah. All right, but it was a pleasure talking to you.
Well, so after my interactions with Black Dominicans on the streets who were so proud of their African ancestry, I decided to follow this matter up just a little more and come to the National Museum. They call it Museo del Hombre here in Santo Domingo. And I want to find out how much of the African history is being stored in this museum for the sake of the African descendants of the Dominican Republic. I'm gonna flip my camera so you can see statues here, which looks like freedom fighters or something like that. And here is another one, this guy. So this is just the outside. I'm about to go inside. Bartolome de las Casas. I hope I was good with my pronunciations of some Spanish. And now we see this guy here. I think his name was Lemba. So Lemba seems to be an African warrior. But I'm gonna ask about Lemba just shortly when I go inside. It's broken free. So right now I'm on the inside, and this is the first floor of this museum. And there's just a small section where they have the African history I'm about to show you. I'm gonna flip my camera once. So this is all the history records of the African slaves that's been stored in this museum. I'm gonna show you. I'm so surprised because when I talk to people, to black Dominicans out there on the street, they told me a lot about, they told me a lot about their African heritage and how proud they are. But coming to the museum, this is all they got. This is all they got. And when you see these words here, so these words are some of the words incorporated in the Dominican vocabulary. And I was told these words derive from African languages. Yes, these words derive from African languages. I try to relate with some of these words. I am from the east coast of Africa, and most of the African people that were brought on this island, they came from West Africa. So I might not relate to most of these words, but that's what the museum attendant told me. And now from here you will see this is a text, and it say La Afrodescendencia Dominicana. From my general knowledge, I think it's talking about the African descendants of the Dominican Republic. So this is the text right here. I don't read Spanish to my disadvantage. Yes. And then there is something here that I might be but to some extent familiar with. You see this attire? Yeah, this costume. It's popular in West Africa. They call it masquerade. They dress in this and dance and chant and sing. Yeah, and perform some traditional religious functions. Yeah, I think Nigerians can tell us what this is. Nigerians and people from Togo and Benin can tell us about that. And now to this side, there is some musical instruments that are really, really familiar to many of Africans in Africa. So there is some instruments here like tinja. I am familiar with this. We use this to store water, and the water will stay cold and very quenching, So this is what is African in this, part of the island. So these are the remnants of the African history, the African heritage that's still being kept. Just a few artifacts. And my question is happening in the Dominican Republic? Because it looks like the African history is being slowly being eroded. They told me there used to be another museum in the colonial zone of the Dominican Republic, but that has since been shut down, and they don't know when it's going to be open back up.
Actually, like all Colombians, we have the black African blood in our roots.
That's the same thing they told me here. I talked to a historian from the Dominican Republic. He happens to be black, and he told me every Dominican Republican has African blood. And
Yes.
it just makes me feel good to know that Africa has just played a huge role in shaping the cultural landscape of the Latin America and the Caribbean and
North America, you know?
Yeah, and it's a big pity because actually everybody recognize like we have like the Spanish heritage and we heritage the like the religion, like the language, but we never recognize Africa for the big things that did for us. Like we have all the music, the richness of the music, the richness of the dances, like merengue, bachata, salsa, tango, all come from samba,
Yeah.
all come
And which-
from Africa.
Which was that dance performed in Brazil again?
Capoeira. Capoeira is based on African roots also.
If you go to San Pedro de Macorí, there you will find just dark skin. If you go to the place they call here Villa Mella, you find just African skin. I mean, not the African skin, like African blood.
Okay.
Understand what I mean?
Okay.
Because also when the Haitian got independence of France, 1804, they brought a lot of African from United States. You know, Alabama, Missouri, Mississippi, they have many Africans there. So they have a choice to come into a place where they got a free land.
Villa Mella City. Villa Mella is the people organization, you know, dancing about the big part about the typical music from Africa, you know. It's a Congo, you know, Congolese, or Congolese, you know, about the music from Africa. And today, when I see the people singer, I remember the African music.
Siempre hay un refrán que dice que el que escucha un consejo. Siempre hay un refrán que dice que el que escucha un consejo. Si no lo asimilas bien, no podrás llegar a bien. No la quiero en casa. Que me han traicionado. Que le di confianza.
Tulikuwa happy na wakesho wangu tukipiga sherehe, katokelezea marina wangu wa zamani kajaleta fujo, kwa uchungu asira mpenzi wa kesho kanitoka mie, simu na kupigia utaki kushika, kwa nini wa kesho? Simu na kupigia utaki kushika, kwa nini wa kesho? Freshe ini nalia nasononeka moyoni, freshe ini nalia nasononeka moyoni, kachabona kidi kwa nimbori nelala nkikugesha, kachabona kidi kwa nimbori nelala nkikugesha, ukiona chozi lanitoka nimekesha kikuwaza, ukiona chozi lanitoka nimekesha kikuwaza, irichanga alia mpenzi wa kesho nirudie.
La conocí en Bellavista y el 8 de junio